Hi everyone and welcome back to the demo drop. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming over to my old channel. Hi Diesel. Hi everyone. Yeah, I've just been reading the messages as I've been waiting for the intro to intro. And yeah, there is a big backlog. But the backlog is because I was ill for 3 weeks and then we've had Christmas and New Year. So there is a big backlog. However, if you want your track to be fast tracked, as I've said before, all you need to do is send me a message on Facebook before 4 p.m. on any Tuesday when we're doing the show. And I'll put it on that show that day. That's all you need to do. If you don't just wait for like 4 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. If you want it, or you want it pushed forward, please do that. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I actually like the fact that you've been proactive with it. Harass me, yeah, I don't mind. But just make sure that it's on a Tuesday before, not Monday night. Tuesday, UK time. Not 2 days before, Tuesday. It's got to be Tuesday. No worries, paleontologist. I'm glad that you sorted it out. Yeah, harass me. That's fine. I'm used to it. It's fine. It's all good. So how are you guys? I hope you're all good. We've got some awesome tunes today. I am going to just get started. Should we have a little listen? I need to make like a little song now, don't I, for that? Have a little listen. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else. I don't think I need to tell you guys anything else. I don't think anything else is going on. Hi Drake. Hi Aid, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Kyle's here. Kyle's lovely. Kyle's one of my students and he's so cute. He's so lovely. He's so sweet. We're gonna kick it off with... Yeah, this is it, Drake. Drake. What was I going to say? I always get really inspired by listening. It's because I've got Kid Dynamo on and I've literally just messaged him and he's called Jake. Drake. Young and supple. That's you, Kyle. I always feel really inspired after doing these. Because as a producer, you can get yourself into a little bit of back yourself in a corner with what you think people want to hear. And it's not always the case. And as soon as you start second guessing what you're doing, then it's kind of like wobbly territory, isn't it? So what I love about the demo drop is that it massively helps me to go, oh, well, I like this tune. But this tune is something that I wouldn't possibly be able to do myself, in terms of it maybe sounding quite raw or a very different genre. I couldn't even like put it into a specific genre. I like that about music. I like that when people think outside the box, because I'm definitely one of those people that likes to play it safe in terms of instrumentation, stylistic attributes, arrangement, composition, mix down, samples. I like to keep it quite normal. Not normal. What I would consider acceptable from a label and a DJ point of view. So when I hear something that's outside of those boundaries, I get very excited. So yeah. So let's get started. The very first track we're going to be playing is Stereo Slaves, which is Mark Ross. And this is a D&B track that he's made. So for those of you that don't know, Mark, he makes so many. Are you taking the piss? Oh, you've got it on vinyl as well. Yeah, it's a cool tune, that. I played it on my Trance Mondays thing yesterday, because it's Tuesday now. Yesterday was Monday. Yes, I know how that works. Yeah, I haven't put them away yet. This is what it looks like when I'm doing my live streams, look. And then I just pick one. It's a good tune, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You've got great taste. So yeah, Mark Ross is a very competent artist in many, many genres. A lot of his work gets signed to HTE, Hard Trance Europe, but also he likes to delve into other genres, which again, going back to being inspired by other people's music, he's definitely one. So here we go. This is Stereo Slaves, Feel It With You. Wow. Yeah, I really like that. We've got Jake and Drake in the chat now. This is going to become very confusing for me. Hi, mate. Did you get my message? We've got one of yours on today as well. Yeah, I really love this one, Mark. I know Mark's not in at the moment. I know he works really mad hours and stuff, so I know he'll watch this back. One thing that I picked up on it, and this is probably just a subjective thing on my, but I felt like the vocal had a bit too much air. It felt like it, maybe it was either like ripped from something, and it didn't have much mids beefiness to it, or that's just the style for this kind of liquid D&B, that the vocal isn't taking up that much spectral space, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what Drake. I always obviously respect your opinion on these kinds of things. So yeah, I thought, yes, you've put it in a really great way. Needed a bit more presence, because it just felt like it was high passed out the way. Do you know what I mean? I would have liked that to have become more upfront, heavy hitting in those mids areas. So Sean says, I felt the track could do with a bit more energy. Didn't feel like the build up in the beginning delivered the drop I was expecting. Loved the overall vibe though. Okay, cool. That's really, really good feedback. I think that if that vocal did have that extra presence or layering or something, it would sort out that issue. Because it's one of these things, isn't it? Like I can liken this to my relationship with 303s. So for a long time, I would use a 303, and I still do use a 303 like this. But I got out of this habit where I would high pass it like a lot. And I would do that so that other elements in the track would have space. And then Guy said to me one day, he was like, why don't you try not doing that? Like, stop doing that, and instead give it that mids, high mids, low mids frequency band in order for it to play a bigger part within the track. Band pass is a type of band passes can be helpful in some instances, but that's not what I would have used in this instance. I would have just used a high pass or a low pass. Like I would have used a high pass, so it would have been taking out the bass from 0 till like, I don't know, 700 hertz, more than that, maybe 2000. So I wouldn't band pass it, because I'd probably always want the high frequencies in there. I don't think that'd ever be, unless it was, of course, like some kind of transitional automation. Then I might use a low pass. But I would never use a band pass, unless I was using a band pass in some kind of automation to like get some kind of like movement on it. That would be quite a good idea. But yeah, it was just likened me to that experience that I had where I used to try and shove something out the way, thinking, oh, it will make room for all the other things. But what can happen then is sometimes something can lose its presence, as Drake said, and it can end up not having anything for us to focus our attention on as the listener, which I think is really important. And another thing that I've recently been starting to do over the last couple of years is having the vocal as loud as the kick and the bass, whereas before I'd have it a bit lower, because like naturally when you're doing a mix down, I would always have things like kick and bass loudest things, -6 for my kick, tickling -6 for my bass, and then everything else will fall somewhere within the regions of like -12 to maybe even -24, anywhere in that area. But I was never really allowing the vocal to, and then one day I was like, oh, okay, no, I think the vocal needs to have more of it this moment. So yeah, that's all I would say on this track is I want to hear more with that vocal. But yeah, it's again, this is someone that doesn't normally make drum and bass. Imagine your very first drum and bass tune being that good. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? And drum and bass is one of the hardest genres to make, in my opinion, because you don't have anything to hide behind. Thank you, Mark. We love you. Oh, there he is. Hi. He's just got here. We've just been talking about you. We just played your song. Yeah, and the other thing is it's still in my mind now. I can still hear it in my head, so that's always a good sign. You're going to have to watch it back now, mate. I'll make sure that it's set to you being able to listen to it back. And it will be on YouTube as well. So next up, we've got InaPhect, and this is Journey. there we go. That is Journey. I was furiously writing stuff down in my Google Docs to do with this. So Kid Dynamo says, I do like that piano. Yep. Living the Balearic vibe, says Diesel. Sean says, liking all of the elements, but feeling it needs a bit more variety and surprise in places. I agree. I think this is a different journey, not journey, a different, is the track's called Journey. This actually kind of makes sense now. It's a different facet to the other tracks that I've heard from InaPhect. It's going in a different direction. So this is a really good example of when you do go in a different direction, some stuff sticks, some stuff kind of like misses the mark in terms of where you'll ultimately end up, but you can't get there until you have these kind of like middle ground or bridge tracks that you make, and you might make a few of them. And this is unfortunately sometimes when producers just stay in their lane and they continue to just make the same types of music over and over again, because it's a safe space. You've got to be brave to come out of that area, that safe area where you know what you're doing, in order to go in a different direction. And it feels kind of like going backwards. You're pedaling backwards for a bit. I call it the pit of learning. And that kind of sums it up really well. Hello, Martin. Guy, how are you doing? So this to me is one of those kinds of tunes. There were two areas that were sticking out to me as being needing a bit of sorting out. And they were at 2:17 and then again at 5:20. And it was exactly the same thing that happened both times, which is probably... the pit of learning. This is probably down to when it's been copied and pasted. There were just two areas where it sounded like it just needed to transition a bit more smoothly. I'm going to show you the bits again now. I'm just going to play them again. So the first bit was at 2:17. So it's when we're going from one phrase to the next phrase, or one part of the arrangement to the next part. So that bit there, if you hear it, it's coming out of nowhere. And it feels to me like this is because there's a lot of reverb on them and stuff, and then that reverb tail has just been cut off short. Now had nothing to introduce it, so you can, I mean, that can be an effect in itself, like having it, so that it's all kind of like shh and then in, but you need something to introduce it, like Drake said there. So something as simple as a reverse cymbal crash could definitely sort that out. Yeah, so Carter says, I don't mind it coming out of nowhere, but it needs a delay and some automation to carry it. Yeah, and then it happens again at blah, blah, blah. Where is it? 5:20. So we'll go to 5:20. So it's those little things that will be, like, it's fine in terms of, like, just leave it if you want, but if you wanted this to be picked up by a label, or like personally, I wouldn't play this track because of things like that, because it would sound like it was not good enough quality for me. Yeah, reverse cymbal crash fixes everything. A double kick, yeah, there are so many ways that can be sorted out. However, I want to reiterate that this is not a criticism. This is just something that, well, it is a criticism, but it's one that I'm taking the time out to bring to the light with this, because I believe in this as a father and son duo. And these are tiny little details. These are things that is constructive criticism. And I'm excited to say when I hear something like this, because I think that little detail, that little bit of attention to detail, will just carry the rest of the tune through. Yeah, it is. It's the small, as Sean says, it's usually the small little tweaks that make all the difference. What else did I write? It's quite long. It's 7 minutes 30. So I think that I think you could say what you need to say in this track in under 5 minutes. However, don't listen to me. Do listen to me. Do what you want. Again, I come from this as my prejudices are, am I going to play this as a DJ? Will it get on a record label? If yours is just, I'm enjoying making it and I want it to be 7 minutes 30 long, brilliant, leave it. I don't want you to think that this is something that has to be changed at all. But I just wanted to bring it up because it would be something that would quite easily be brought up from a label's point of view. Could try and incorporate a bass progression to match the gated strings that come in after the main breakdown, as a way to inject more energy. So because it's 7 minutes 30, if you want to keep it that long, we need to keep the listener's interest. If we want the listener to invest 7 minutes 30 out of their life to listen to our song, we've got to make it worth their while. So I thought it felt like we could have some kind of like bass progression, because the bass is flat. It's staying on the root note all the way through, which is fine. And also it's sometimes stylistic of techno, that kind of nature. But this has got quite a lot of melody to it. And I think it would be quite nice to have like the bass progression follow this gated. Even the last bass note switch every so often. Yeah, like a little flick. Yeah, exactly. Something like that would be awesome. You could even incorporate a 303 in the second half of it to inject a bit more energy, because obviously we can do a lot of automation with the cut off with that and the resonance and the envelope. So, you know, you'd be able to like make quite a big feature out of that. So, yeah, there are a multitude of ways that it doesn't need to just be copy and paste the first bit and we'll do it again at the end and hope for the best. Like, you need it to be, something needs to be different about it in that second half, because we need to keep, because our brains are now used to all of the sounds. We know what's coming. We need something else in there. Also, another idea is maybe the strings could then have another layer, an octave above. Again, that creates interest for our ear. And it's really simple. It's not a lot of extra effort just to put another octave higher up layer in those strings. Great energy, very current sounding, hyper techno type track I put. And yeah, I really like the counter melodies in the background as well. I thought it was really good. So yay! Sean says, my 14-year-old is learning Ableton Live now. He's into D&B, so need to start learning that now. Brilliant. Awesome. Next. We've got there's two remixes of Guyver songs today. They're both differences as well. Has Guy done like some kind of remix pack or something? We've got two of them in tonight. Well, first of all, we've got Sean. Sean's in. Oh, he did, yeah. I thought I remember that. Sean's got one, and then we've also got Drake as well. So I'm going to put Sean's in now, and then a little later on we'll put in Drake's one as well. On the Patreon, yeah. Are you on the Patreon, Drake? Or did you just do your remix? That's crazy. I actually bought a load of vinyl yesterday. Yeah, you just did it. That's mental. That's mental. Yeah, I bought a load of Guy's I always buy Guy's vinyl because he hasn't got all of them. And there was a few tracks that I didn't even know that he'd made. So yeah, it's tough living with a complete genius. I love it though. But yeah, he's amazing, and I'm honoured to be playing some of his remixes tonight. And I'll make sure he listens back to them as well. Okay, so this one is Sean Saffa. Sean is twitching. Guyver, Differences. Here we go.
optimal world and the nirvana world.
So there we go. Sean's remix of Guyver. Differences. Yeah, I really like it, mate. I think you made it your own as well. Really, really nice. You used the stems that Guy gave, yeah, and then laid it and transformed it. Yeah, it's definitely your thing, definitely. I could hear there was one part where I thought I could recognise the original riff sound in it. Yeah, but you definitely made it your own there. I really, really liked it, mate. Really nice. Nice kick as well. Punched through really nice. Well done. Yay! Woo! Okay. Next up, we've got Lemonchill, and this is Communication. Lemonchill and communication. Yeah, like, remember what we was talking about at the beginning, why I love doing this show. This is one of those reasons, listening to stuff that I personally probably wouldn't ever make something like this. And it's inspired me. What I'm inspired by are the drums on that. I liked how they were like, they're still in the pocket, but they were like nice and loose. Because something that we get too drawn into in dance music is having everything heavily hard quantized, snap to the grid, and you kind of lose the realness. You lose the groove in that, and you also don't have enough room for things like the transients hitting on exactly the same parts, and you lose the ability to have that thickness and that texture if everything's kind of hard quantized. So having stuff a bit looser like that, it just reminds me of that being a thing. Makes you want to hug a lion. I know, right? The bass line had like an 80s style to it. Yeah. Yeah, those drums were humanized. So nice. So nice. And I really loved the vocal. What I especially loved about the vocal was it wasn't too samey all the way through. Like, it was a chant, but that chant was like, it wasn't just like repeated over 4 bars or 8 bars or even 16 bars. It was progressing with the rest of the track. And I liked that about it. It made, that was all it needed for there to be some change to keep me interested in listening to it. So yeah, loved it. Lovely, lovely tune. Thank you, Lemonchill. And if you guys would like to go and give Lemonchill a follow over on SoundCloud, there's the link. Thank you very much. Make sure you're supporting each other. Next up, we'll do one more before we do Drake's version of Guyver. You've given him some sugar for his next Lemonade gig. Yay! We've got Ellis and Arctic Barbers, and this is Sand's End. Let me just check something, actually. Because I know they were in earlier. I know that they said that they... Sand's End... No, it's fine. I thought I might have played it before, but I haven't. I think I've just listened to it. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it now. So this is Arctic Barbers and Adam Ellis. Adam Ellis is an amazing producer and tutor. He has been a tutor for me a while ago. I love his methods. I learned so much in terms of trance by having him mentor me, and I believe that the Arctic Barbers have been taught by him as well. So yeah. Oh, is that you, Official Carbs? Official Carbs. Why are you called Official Carbs? Because all I can think of is carbohydrates. Arctic Barbers, carbs. Arctic Barbers. There's 3 of you. I still don't get it. There's 3 of you. Why are you called Official Carbs? I'm waiting. I want a reason. I need to know why. Or is that just your name on your own? You just called Official Carbs. And that's got nothing to do with Arctic Barbers. Arctic Barbers is an anagram of our name. Carbs is my surname. Got it. I won't know. I'm making up shit in my own head right now what it is. I'm like, does he like pasta? What is up? Got it. Thank you. So, yeah, you know, you did ask me earlier, you said about swapping it out for another track. By all means, right, we'll I want to play this one because of my connection with Adam anyway. So I do want to play this one. But please remember, if you don't need to wait until I find your I get to your next email. All you need to do is message me before 4 p.m. on a Tuesday and just say, can you bump my track up to be on the show today? And I'll do it. So, because, you know, I can only apologise for the massive delay that we've got. But if there's something specific you want out, please hassle me. Please make sure that you tell me that you want it on. Because if I know you're going to turn up for the show, then that means that I'm definitely going to play your music. Do you know what I mean? So Carb started being called official because Fat kept taking all the credit. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to hear this one myself anyway. And also, like I said, don't feel like, oh, you sent me an email today, that means it's going to be at least 6 weeks. No, just message me on the day, on a Tuesday before 4 p.m. and I will put it on the show that day. Yay! Cool. Okay, so without further ado, here is Sands End, Adam Ellis and Arctic Barbers. Go Adam, Ellis and Arctic Barbers, Sands End. Guys, take a bow. That was just epic in every single way. I loved it. Loved it. Perfect. Everything you want from a trance, banging trance, uplifting trance tune. Yeah, really, really great work. I loved the riff. I loved the progression of it. I really loved that 303. Loved it. I don't know if you were here before, but I was talking about how sometimes I would high pass out my 303s, so it would kind of sit back a bit. And I loved how your one had that grittiness to it, and it was very present forward in the mix. And yeah, I appreciated that. And it had its own space as well. It came in as like a counter melody almost. Like it had its place. It wasn't like sat in the background. It was like, no, it's going to have its moment within the arrangement. Really, really nice. Yeah, I loved it. Thank you. It's on Beatport now. Yay. I want you to do me a favour, official cards. I'm just going to VIP you temporarily. And I want you to put the link in the chat, please, so people can go and buy it. And then I will put that link on the YouTube details as well. If anyone else wants to buy it when it goes on YouTube, they'll be able to get it from the link. So yeah, just whack that in the chat when you're ready, mate. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, so now we've got Guyver, Trapped Differences. Hang on, they're two different songs. Are you saying that you've done like a medley, Drake? Trapped Differences. Mashup. You won't be able to do it, Biff. Only official carbs can do it. There we go. No, it's just trapped. Why have I put Trapped Differences then? That's weird. Okay, guys, the Beatport link there for the Arctic Barbers tune. Go and grab it if you want it. I'll put it on my notes now so that can go on the YouTube thingy. Oh, is it your mistake? Oh, it wasn't my end then. So make up your mind. Jesus. Purchased already, says Sean. Cool. Awesome tune. So it's just Guyver Trapped. Okay, cool. You are very welcome, Biff. Very, very welcome. Keep them coming. I don't want any of you to have a life. I just want you all to send me music, please. Thank you. You don't need to go outside. Outside's bad. Just make songs. Okay, here we go. Guyver Trapped, Drake Liddell remix. Remix.
him. And now after all this time, I finally figured out a way to trap him. I will become him.
So there we go. That is Drake's remix of Guyver Trapped. Really, really, really great remix. For mainly for me, it is the fact that you've made a hard house tune out of it, because I predominantly am a hard house DJ, and that means if I'm going to play any of Guy's tunes, it won't really be in a hard house set. It'll always be in a European hard trance set. And Guy, by his own admission, when he started making these tunes for Tidy, in fact, Tidy made a whole new sub-label for him, i.e. Tidy 2. And that was because he wanted to make trance and hard trance, but at the time he wasn't good enough. And he'd say that himself. That's not me saying it. Hello, Malin. So what he did was he did this kind of hybrid between hard house and trance, or hard trance, European hard trance. And then that became that style, because it wasn't really known at that time. Hard trance was very, very, very only just come to the UK. And Guy had like started making stuff, but it was kind of like this hybrid between hard house and European hard trance. So for me, I can't really play any of Guy's tunes in a hard house set because I go down the harder route. So this for me, yeah, he did. He kind of created this whole subgenre. And that's all. Well, let's just call it his sound. He's created a sound. That's probably the way that he would describe it, as he had his own sound. But it wasn't born out of, oh, I'm going to make my own sound. It was literally like, we have so many conversations about this, but it was down to the fact that he said, I couldn't make trance. I wasn't very good at making this European hard trance stuff that I loved, like Scott Project, Uberdruck, that kind of stuff. So he was making what he could from samples. He didn't even use VSTs back then. It was all samples. I've gone through a lot of his old projects in FL Studio and looked at how simple they were and what kind of sound he got out of it. It's just unbelievable. Because that's what Guy sounds like, yeah. But that's where it came from. It was because of that sound that he got, was because he was finding a way. He was trying to find a way, and he did find a way to create what he could in that time in a very organic and authentic way. So to get a remix in a hard house vein for me is perfect, because it means I get to play more Guyver stuff then. So he had Nebula. What's Nebula? No, I think the first VST he had would have been, is it Vaz 2000? Vaz. That was like one of the first ones that he started using. Scott Project had Nebula. I've not heard of Nebula. I don't know what that is. But yeah, a lot of it was all samples. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. He up until recently, up until his first album, which was Alien on Earth. Well, not first album, but first recent album. He was still bouncing things down because he's still in the mindset of, my CPU can't take having so many open up channels of MIDI. And it was something that he was like, he's always been, he likes to A/B stuff all the time. So by bouncing stuff down, it makes you invest in that being the final version of whatever sound it was, or if it's like a one shot or a riff, whatever sound design he was making. And then he would A/B the audio, and also he would hear the audio in a different way to when you can still tweak something that's still MIDI on a synth. But that originated from having not enough CPU. Yeah, absolutely. But he's only now, he's recently completely overhauled his workflow, and now he has everything still in MIDI, which was quite a big revelation for him. No, not just revelation, but like his safe space would have been bouncing stuff down, because it would have been, okay, well, that is locked in now, that's what I've decided on. Because the problem with being able to still tweak things is you'll just continue to tweak stuff until you've overdone it because of ear fatigue and stuff. So yeah, he is, honestly, I we've been together for 11 years now, and every day we have conversations about music production. And even though we work very differently when it comes to music production in terms of our workflow and our the way we do things, obviously I've been around his way of doing things for a long time. So yeah, but what you've done with this, Drake, is awesome. I love it. This is what you're doing, Drake, is like what I would do if I was going to make a hard house version of a Guyver tune. This is very much like everything that I want out of Guyver's original, but in a casing that I can then put into any hard house tune. So yeah, I love it. It's exactly what I need. So can you send me, have you sent me the full thing? I've got it, haven't I? Yeah, I've got the full thing. Cool. I'm just going to put it in my promo area because I have 2 areas on my computer. I'm going to make sure that it's in my promos 2025 folder now. I've still got promos going back to 2020 on this computer. One day I'll get through them all. Oh yeah, you need to send me the master, don't you? Okay, thanks for just reminding me. So yeah, I'll take it out and I'll wait for your final version. Cool. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, thank you for sending that over, mate. Yeah, it is still good to play. I'll put it back in then. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Next up we have got Storm, Time to Burn. And it's the Kid Dynamo remix. Oh my God, it's Kid Dynamo. You're welcome, Drake. We love you. It's time to burn. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Have we got any woos in this? I hope so. we go. Storm, Time to Burn, Kid Dynamo remix. Yes, mate. Loved it. And like you said there in the chat, you played it at the Insomniacs on New Year's Day at the event, and it went off. I'm not surprised. Such a tune. I'll be playing this a lot. Thank you for sending me, as always. And guys, if you're not already following Kid Dynamo over on SoundCloud, please go and give him a follow. You're such a legend. Yeah, really, really good. And I mirror what I think it was what Drake said earlier, the kick and bass, perfect. Yeah, awesome. Awesome tune by an awesome person. Yay! Thank you, mate. Next up, we've got someone whose name I'm probably going to not be able to pronounce properly. And I'm sorry. But I think it is Pojrene. And this is Let the Rhythm Take Control. Here we go. And it's also a free download. So if you like it, you can get a copy of it. Yeah, I love that. Awesome tune. Awesome. So yeah, thank you to Pojrene, and I hope I've said that correctly, Pojrene, who is in the chat right now as well. Guys, please make sure you go and follow on Facebook, on SoundCloud. Here is the link, aka John. I can say John. Welcome in, mate. Thank you for sending it in. Yeah, really happy tune. Like, I think it was what Jake said there, Kid Dynamo. Sounding very Mandy Dexterous kind of sound to it. Yeah, really nice. Lovely vocal. Really, really cool tune. So yeah, make sure you follow, guys. Thank you for sending it in. And again, I feel very inspired when I hear music that's different to the stuff I make. So yeah, really, really nice. The vocal sat really well and didn't need to carry. Yes, I agree. Yeah, it did. It was nice. Really nice. Really, yeah. Keep them coming. Oh yeah, and also guys, that is a free download as well. So I'm going to give you the free download link as well. And then you guys can go and grab a copy. And I'll make sure that that link is on the YouTube details as well. Thank you. Next up, VANHIS, and this is Unspoken Rhythm. Okay, there we go. Unspoken Rhythm by VANHIS. Welcome in, mate. I just saw you say hello in the chat there. Wow, this is the kind of techno that I love. Techno, strokes, shrans-esque stuff. Really, really nicely done. Really nicely layered. Yeah, proper face melter, as Richie said. Yeah. So cool. I love the vocal. I like the urgency of the little melody line in there as well. I like the sense of dread that this kind of techno is supposed to give you. You know, that kind of like serious impending doom kind of feel in a good way, in an expressive way. So yeah, I loved it. Loved it. And really nicely mixed down as well. It's very difficult, especially with this kind of techno, because of all the loops and layers that we have in the music so that everything can have its own like space sonically. But you did a really good job of that. And I really liked it. I'd like to hear more of your stuff as well. So you did, Fat Man. You missed techno. But it was really good. It was really good. You better to watch it back though, don't worry. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. And welcome in. Woo! Guys, if you're not following VANHIS, go and give him a follow, or them. Are you a him, her, they? I always assume it's boys. Always assume it's boys. It could be a girl. Him. Go and give him a follow. Awesome. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thanks. Got a bit of help with my good friend with the mix down. Cool. Cool. Mix downs can be a weird one because it takes a long time for us to get our ear in. So having someone kind of sit through it with us is a good idea. I found it very helpful. 100%. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, VANHIS. Thank you for sending it in. Love you, mate. Oh yeah, VANHIS music. Oh yeah. You've been producing for 2 years and you're this good. That's awesome. Yes. That is so cool. That is so cool. I wish I was that good after 2 years. Bloody hell. You learn some tricks from the best. Keep it up, mate. Yeah, keep it up. That's why I love teaching people, because it helps us all to fast track ourselves. You know, I've been taught stuff that I would have had to spend probably a few years working out myself. But also, it's also good to spend the time working out why things don't work in quite the way that we want them to. So sometimes that kind of journey can be also as helpful as just being told stuff. I like to know why something doesn't work. So someone can tell me, oh, don't, for example, don't put your reverb at the beginning of your effects chain, and don't put the compressor at the end of it. And they could say that, and then but I would be like, well, why? What is the difference? What does it sound like either way? So there's a whole aspect of learning through your own experience. Avoid anything on the master. I have nothing on my master channel. I don't even have a... Do I have a limiter? I have probably a transparent limiter. That's it. But why don't we want to have anything on the master channel? It's really important. It's really important. Yeah. It's important to know the difference. I know why, from my experience. The reason why I stopped having a limiter on my master, for example, was because it was pushing into it and I wasn't using my ears. So things were sounding well put together and glued, if you will. But when it comes to understanding, when you come into a problem, you're not going to be able to ascertain where the problem is, because you're just hearing stuff being glued together. So by taking off the limiter, you're kind of taking off your stabilizers. So you are more, so even though like you have to be more careful with your mix down, with your sound design, with the shaping of the sounds, with your EQing, with every aspect of sound processing. Got to take that transparent limiter off. I swear it sneaks in there somehow. Yeah, the reason why I used to have a limiter on channels, on individual channels. That was because, especially with spectral synthesis, FM synthesis, I would like push the levels, and like you can do this very, very quickly with those types of synthesis, and you can end up like hurting your speakers. So I would put a limiter on them just to avoid that from happening. But yeah, again, as I said, it's important to understand why you do something and not just have people tell you this is the way to do it, although that is also extremely helpful. So VANHIS, thank you very, very much for letting us hear that tune, because it was awesome and I loved it. Next up, we've got Evra, and this is Work Me.
I got a cute face, chubby waist, thick legs in shape, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Planet rocker, showstopper, flow proper, head knocker, beat scholar, tail dropper, do my thing, motherfucker. Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, blue Medina, always beaming, rag top, chrome pipes, blue lights, out of sight, long weed, sold in, say it again, sold in, make that money, throw it in, booty bouncing, go ahead.
What a tune. What a tune. Missy Elliott. Yeah, really, really fun. Really nice, like, in terms of, like, it was really thick, it was really textured, it was really solid. I loved it. And it's also a free download. So let me give you the download link. 1 second. Let me give you the download link. I will also put this download link on the YouTube thingamabob. Got to be careful, those copyright lawyers going to start knocking in no time. They can kiss my ass. God damn it. I think it's fine if it's free. I don't think Missy Elliott's going to come knocking at Evra's door saying, what are you doing? Hey? Who do you think you are using my vocals on your song? And if they did, they'd be like, that was a really, really good remix. I think I would be definitely good friends with Missy Elliott. 100%. Yeah, exactly. I think it's an important part of being a producer, an artist, is to do remixes of other people's work. It's a very nuanced argument or debate. People in different parts of the industry are going to have different views on it. So a record label owner is going to have a very different view on it from, say, a bedroom producer. So it just boils down to, what do you think? How do you feel about it? If you don't feel that it's morally unethical to use a vocal and then make your own remix, do it. Because 9 times out of 10, you won't be doing it for money. You'll just be putting it out as a free download. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do it myself. So, yeah, it's all that kind of like. But yeah, like I only know it from my point of view. I am not like an oracle with this stuff. So I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to get myself into more trouble. Yay! But yeah, I love it. And I think you guys should go and download it. So there is the link. Next up, we've got Eddie R. Now, this is a track that was engineered by Ashley Waters, who is a regular on this show. Here we go. There we go. Eddie R. Outta Nowhere. And this is engineered by Ashley Waters. Is this available to buy, download? I don't know, but you'll have to ask Ashley. His SoundCloud is here. I think he said it's his brother or his cousin or something who has got into music production and he's engineered this track for him. Really cool tune this. It had that yeah, but you only heard the yeah once in the whole track. I like that. I like that you only heard it once. Cause I was like, ooh. Ooh. Yeah. There he is. Hello. Oh, for your brother. Okay, cool. Eddie R. The classic ear candy sound. Yes, mate. You know it. It's so hard to do this, right? Because I would want to put that yeah in every 16 bars. Because I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. I'd even like do a reversed one into it. You know what I mean? But there's something about stripping it back. Stripping it back. And just having it in once. Exactly. Yeah. So good. The other thing I liked about him was the little subtle plucks. Subtle plucks. Listen. Oh! That's it. Like, it was like he was peeking through the window. Listen again. Less is more. Exactly. This is why I love this show. Because you remind me of stuff. Like, you inspire me. I see how I feel now. I feel really excited. I feel so excited listening to that. It's so cool. Really, really good tune. Really, really good tune. So please make sure you were following Ashley. Because he's awesome. What a cool tune. yeah, guys, that's our show. That is our show. Official Carb says, is it getting released? Lots more to come under 130 BPM. I'm here for it, mate. Make sure you send it in. Please remember, guys, if you want me to play your tune on the Tuesday, just contact me before 4 PM on a Tuesday and I'll bump it up for that week's show. Nice one, Fat Man. I can't wait to hear that. Awesome. Oh, you guys are so cool. Okay, we're going to go over and see Minister Bean BPM, one of my friends from America. He plays all kinds of stuff. He's also got vinyl. He's just so cool. We're only cool on the whole because you're cool enough to have a cool community. Ah! Thank you! I know I'm only cool because I've got a cool job now. I was never cool previous to that. God, no. That's the thing, though. Like, being a geek now is cool. I didn't set out to be cool. That wouldn't have worked. Thank you, everybody. I will see you back for the demo drop again next week. Until then, stay creative. Remember, you are important. Express yourselves through the medium of music, dance, art, whatever that is to you. You're so welcome, VANHIS. You're so welcome. We've been doing this show for 4 years now, and I love it. We've had a lot of success stories here. We're only a small community, but it's building, and you know, I've signed stuff to one of my labels. Other people's music's been signed through this platform. So yeah, I believe in you guys, and I think what we're doing here is really awesome. So thank you for being a part of it. I've got some vinyl to clean now, so I'll speak to you soon. Pojrene, yep, no worries. See you next time, gang.